AskReddit by bisexual space lover. What's a secret you'll never tell your partner but are willing to tell strangers on Reddit? When I was 14, my grandma passed away. For years, I had been bothering my parents for my own gold necklace. Well, Gram had a little bit of money and she gave me the $300 for a gold necklace in her will. It was my pride and joy. I had it around my neck for 17 years before I met my wife. It was off my neck maybe 3 times in those 17 years. My wife, then girlfriend, knew how much it meant to me and asked to wear it once. Well, it never came home. She had lost it somewhere or it had gotten stolen. I was distraught like crazy for 3 or 4 days while we turned our house upside down looking for it. Inevitably, I gave up, but she was very bothered by it all. So, I decided to go to pawn shop and buy the closest I could get to an exact duplicate, and then I told her that I had found the necklace in the couch cushions. To this day, she thinks that I found my necklace from my grandmother. B. I'm so sorry your necklace is gone, but fuck, you are wholesome as hell. Whenever she's not home, I let the dog onto the bed and take a really comfy nap. I set an alarm for an hour and kick the dog off and clean the fur off before she ever gets home. I've been doing this for nearly 3 years now. Only 3 options to this. Either your dog smells really nice, you smell like a dog, or she knows. My partner doesn't know how bad my mental health really is. She knows I've reached out for support but doesn't know the extent of help I'm seeking. I just can't bring myself to say those words to her. I hide how bad mine is a lot too. I think it's just a further symptom though. Not wanting to be a burden. That I am the one placing the googly eyes on everything in our house, not our 6-year-old. I will listen to a song 10 times in a row because I need to listen to all the instruments and melodies separately before moving on to the next song. That my wife always screams. She just doesn't seem to be able to talk at a normal level. Feel like she should be selling fish at a marketplace. Love her though. Maybe get her hearing checked. This is a constant issue in my family where the average age of hearing aids is 30. One time we had half a container of ice cream left. I had a craving. I ate a bowl, then another. Then I decided to finish the tub to destroy the evidence. Then I realized she would notice that there was no ice cream left. So I went to the store, bought another tub, and then ate that one down to the same level. This was a gallon tub. My husband loves talkative cats. When we first got our kittens, I gave them a treat every time they made a meow or chirp. Since I was working from home, they ended up becoming very vocal. He still goes on about how lucky we are to have such talkative cats on a weekly basis. You deserve credit for this. My wife shit while delivering our son. Something she was terrified she would do. The nurse cleaned up very quickly and gave me a look that needed no explanation. I never said a word. She talked after delivery about how happy she was that didn't happen to her. I'll let her keep that peace of mind for life. I'm pretty sure every woman does that when they give birth, and we just lie about it to make them feel good. It was an accident we met. I thought I was agreeing to see his friend, who was the other guy in the picture. Not quite the same, but when I swiped on my boyfriend, I misread his name as Matt. His name is actually Mark. Mark is also the name of my mom's ex, who I don't really like. I may not have swiped on him if I'd properly read his name, but I'm so happy I did. I have him saved in my phone as Cooler Better Mark. That I wish she would find a career or pursue a degree so I don't have to work 1,000+ hours of OT a year so she can sit at home. Tell her that. Show her financials. Tell her it's draining so much out of you that you're burnt out. And if nothing changes, time to dip. You deserve someone who values your time. Sometimes I just sit in my car outside work or our apartment for 20-30 minutes because I need some time alone. I have my mind full to the brim at work and rarely get time in the house alone. Sometimes I just needed to be quiet and not have to pay attention to anything. We have the exact same issue, but solve it in a different way. My wife needs the time home alone, so we have talked about it and she knows she will get as much as she needs. No big deal. I will do a lot of different things in the meantime. Dependent on the situation, everything between shopping, hiking or disappear into my workshop for a few hours. Felt strange in the beginning, but it is super important for us and has a huge impact on our overall well-being. The reason I wasn't hungry that one day in Dublin was because when I stayed behind to get ready while she waited in the lobby, I ate the entire box of leftover chicken wings that we took home from the restaurant the day before. I ate 15 cold, oily chicken wings in about 5 minutes at 9 AM before heading out for breakfast. How did you explain the missing wings? When I play video games and my wife isn't here, I narrate what I do and respond to fake questions from a non-existent chat like I'm some kind of big shot streamer. I even look at a fake camera when something happened, lol. I love that you look at the fake camera. Our cat didn't break the towel rack. I did. I was pretending to be fighting zombies and grabbed it and ripped the goddamn thing off the wall. I heard her coming to check out the noise and looked down at my cat. She came into the bathroom to me asking my cat, "Why did you think the towel rack could hold your weight? You silly cat." I think it's totally reasonable to be pretending to be fighting zombies, but maybe you got a little too immersed in said fighting. My wife hates her dad more than anything. We haven't talked to him much after he refused come to our wedding 2 years ago since he thinks she could do better than me. She is like him in so many ways. I would never have the heart to tell her. This is sad because I am like my dad a lot, even though I hate so much of what he does. And unfortunately we pick this stuff up from our parents. My behaviors ended my previous relationship and it's truly awful to think of the impact. Last night you made fried rice with shrimp. I ate the whole bowl even though it tasted nasty. God, it was awful. How do you fuck up fried rice? Her actions and her words are two different worlds. She says she wants something while she is doing the exact opposite. It's her business up to here. The problem is that she's putting a lot of pressure on me because of her words and actions. This part is my problem and have to solve it. I need to stop worrying about her and just mind my own business. I've broken your personalized cup your sister got you 3 times. I recreated the design on Paint and got some screen printing stall at the mall to print it on the cup. Each time it looks a little bit different. I mean, after the second time you just need to save the design, my guy. Every time we're playing Yahtzee and she asks, "Do I have one more?" Oh lol, was that 3? I always say one more regardless of the truth. She knows. When I asked her dad for his blessing, I had some liquid courage first and I can't remember what his response was. Let's hope it was yes, because we've been married for over 2 years. When I asked my future Phil for permission, I went to his house and knocked on the front door, and he kept not coming to the door. I knew they were home and kept knocking. When he came to the door, I asked if I could come in and he asked what I wanted. I showed him the ring and asked him through the screen door. That's when his whole persona changed. He hadn't recognized me after 3 and 1/2 years initially, and thought I was the local church people going door to door. When it all finally clicked, he welcomed me in, but it's still a funny story that he purposely didn't answer for a few minutes because he thought I was LDS door to door church person. Edit, spelling and grammar. That time I asked you if I could have the last cookie. I implied there was only one left when there was actually 2. I wanted both of them and didn't want to share. They were delicious and I have no regrets. Deleted. Oh man, this anxiety speaks to me. So sorry for your loss. Deleted. He knows. My nieces don't like the aquarium. I just constantly took them there because I thought my now girlfriend who works there, was pretty and thought if she saw me constantly taking them it'd lead to us talking. Good call. Probably shouldn't tell your wife about your aquarium girlfriend. That's as much as I love him, with all my heart and soul, even after a decade of being together. His relentless negativity and pessimism does my head in sometimes. Oh, this is my life for sure. There are two versions of him. One is personable, funny, considerate, and so loving. The other is miserable, vile, hateful and filled with rage. I never know which one I'm waking up next to or coming home to at the end of the day. It's a lot. Very thankful he's actively engaging with therapy. Sometimes I want to just leave him with the kids for weeks and see if they'd survive. I dropped the diaper ash cream container on our daughter's head when she was like 8 days old. She let out this scream that still haunts me. When he came in the room to see what happened, I lied and said I just dropped the lid on her. How big was this container? Toothpaste tube size, quart, gallon? I have ridiculously complex and drawn out arguments with myself when no one's around. One of them is pretty cool, the other one's kind of a dick. Edit, just to add, I'm not sure which one is the real me. It's been 4 years and I'm still super annoyed that he can't remember that one dream he had one night that caused him to laugh his ass off in his sleep. I want to know the funny,